less floor space they used, 30% less inventory they were using, and 30% higher productivity, all in 3 days' time. This was a miracle sort of thing, the Japanese techniques. Fortunately, I got a job with Crompton Greaves Limited, and I went there and I was joined as a trainee. The first portfolio they gave me was a shop floor, so that was a big learning. One of the members in that team was the next MD of the company. He grew very fast, working with people and collaboratively. Ego has the last thing that comes in the picture. So, and therefore that 11 lakhs profit came like that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm Sunny Pancholi, and today we are honored to have with us a distinguished leader in human resource and organizational development, Dr. Krishnamurthy Iyer. With a career spanning over 40 years, Dr. Iyer has made significant contributions to HR, leadership development, and organizational transformation across multiple sectors. From shaping the future of talent management at Mahindra Mahindra to founding his own consultancy, Kartikay Associates, Dr. Iyer's journey is nothing short of inspiring. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Iyer. Your presence here today is truly valued.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. We could begin.
So, as I was reviewing your journey, Dr. Iyer, I was particularly struck by the impact you have had in driving organizational change and developing leaders. So I would love to dive into some of those key milestones and hear about your approach to creating lasting transformations. So Dr. Iyer, with over 4 decades of experience in HR, organizational development, and change management, you have seen the evolution of the industry firsthand. And I'm sure there have been many defining moments and valuable lessons along the way. So could you take us through your career journey from your early days to the impactful roles you have held, and share how these experiences have shaped your approach to leadership and organizational development?
Sure. You're right. It has been a long journey, more than 40 years, actually it's 45 years. And I would like to start from the beginning. That is, from the school days. I was fortunate to have an English medium school right from beginning. That is something which is a plus point, because these days I see when people come out from engineering colleges, from the vernacular medium, if they have done up to 12th standard and then they do the engineering, they are not able to kind of speak well in English. So that is something which owing to God and as well as my parents, it was Christchurch School, and I studied there. In the 11th standard, those days we had 11 plus 4. In the 11th standard, I stood in the merit list, actually, 18th in the merit list out of 2 lakh people. So that was really an achievement that time. And that led to in the next phase of engineering college, where it was again at Jabalpur, 5-year integrated course. And in those 5 years, I picked up everything what is required for becoming a mechanical engineer, onto a job. The first job was at ESSO, which is Hindustan Petroleum. For 3 days I was there, but I realized that this is nothing to do with mechanical engineering. And then fortunately, I got a job with Crompton Greaves Limited. And I went there and I was joined as a trainee. The first portfolio they gave me was a shop floor. So that was a big learning ground, I would say, and put me in the second shift, that too. So that was really a nice experience, very, very challenging one, of course. But then that gave me the basic foundation. After that, since I'd made some improvements, they said you could do better in industrial engineering. And they sent me for a 2 months course in NITI, National Institution for Training in Industrial Engineering. You'll be knowing this thing, it's at Powai, Bihar. And after that course, when I came back, I became an industrial engineer for making improvements and all that. That was a very long stint there. And I learned many things there in that, the sense that it is all about, I'll tell you just in short, what my attitude that I developed was that anything can be improved. Nothing is the best. Even the best can be bettered. This was the first thing that I learned. The second thing is that when there's a waste of any kind, whether it is land, machine, manpower, my blood will start boiling, so that, I make some improvements there. So this was my early beginning. And that in some way has shaped my career later on, actually. This is why I wanted to talk to you about that. After industrial engineering, I got a position in materials management. That was again in vendor development. So whatever development I was doing in the shop floor, they said also develop the vendors accordingly. So that was done. And my vice president said that, can you handle it end to end? That was really a boon for me. And that was a very life-defining moment. I got about 3 months to prepare for them. The 3 people had come, 3 days they worked. But in the preparation side, I realized that I could, train people and then make the soil ready for change. And that beautifully it happened. After when they came, 3 days they were there. 3 days they changed the layout to make it 30% less floor space they used, 30% less inventory they were using, and 30% higher productivity, all in 3 days' time. This was a miracle sort of thing, the Japanese techniques. And because I was so closely watching it and then being a part of it, I said there must be something in this cultural transition. This company was 60 years old, and within 3 days' time to change the culture is not a joke. So I said, let me get deeper into it, and that became the thesis for my PhD later on. That was one. The second change which happened is that because I was talking to workmen, union, then the staff, supervisors, officers, and getting them ready, I said that revealed a portion of my personality called the trainer. That came forward, and I said that now is the time to leave engineering, go from machines to people. Let us migrate. So I told my boss. He said, "No, you better stay here, because if you go there, you will find people from XISS, Symbiosis, and they will say that you stay there. You will not get promotions. If you stay here, I'll take care of you." So it took some time, took 2-3 months, but then I was firm. I said, I want to now move from here and let me go to that place. So he said, okay, I'll keep this position open for 3 months. That was a real game changer. So that was a real morale booster, I would say. And then I burned my bridges and left. Then I didn't look back after that. So I already made the transition from machines to people, from engineering to personnel management. There was no HR those days. After about 16 years in operations, I would say. Now, into personnel management, it was all about IR, purely IR. It was 95% IR and 5% was training and development and performance management and all that. It was a new thing for me, but I adapted to that. And then I was rather promoted to be a personnel manager for 3 plants as a senior personnel manager. That was really a breakthrough. And here I learned something about collaboration, working collaboratively with the union, working collaboratively with the other heads of departments very early in life. And that helped me later on in my HR and OD profile, I would say. The other thing is that being an industrial engineer, the cost consciousness also had come in to a large extent, which is now helping me today to serve the MSMEs, on the cost front as well. Now, this went on till about 1998, and then I said, now I was not really happy at heart, really speaking. My soul was not happy. Peacekeeping with the unions, all that is fine. But then what about individual development? That was my forte. So I said individual development, team development. I was looking out, and I got a job with Mahindra Mahindra as the head of HR for one plant. That was Kandivali. That was a real breakthrough in the sense that it was HR without any IR, which I wanted. And they were very kind enough to do that. There was another person IR who was handling IR, and I got to get to work. In 2 to 3 years' time, they really found the changes, the differences in the policy, differences in the way of working, differences in training and development, performance management. They said, "Can you handle all the 4 plants?" It was just a one-day thing. I had gone to my EVP, Executive Vice President. He said that I showed him the performance management papers for this plant. He said, where is it for the others? I said, others? Sir, you're asking me this question? He said, yeah, from now onwards, you are all 4 plants. Go ahead and get me it within 1 week. Now, that was a real challenge to get the Zahirabad far away, then Nasik, Igatpuri, and Bombay. So I was handling 4 plants from 2004 2006. That's one of the best periods of my life, where it was like like a supremo in this manufacturing HR domain, I would say. Very nice. And then more plants were getting added. Hardware were getting added. Then there was a restructuring in the company. And then I was taken to head the L&D, head the OD, and head internal communications. All 3 pertain to people. Very nicely to people. And of course, change management was there. So that was a real breakthrough for me, where I could get what I wanted much later in life. After going through all this. So head of L&D, OD, as well as internal communications. And I was holding these 3 portfolios for the auto sector, which had more than 10,000 people and staff members, officers. It was a full company by itself, and one of the prime companies for Mahindra Mahindra today. And I went for it. I retired, but then I was asked to stay back and work as a behavioral trainer and a change agent for other sectors. So I'd gone to head office, and then I worked. I did some work for Mahindra Finance, Mahindra Holidays, Mahindra Life Spaces, and then I came out in 2014. 2014, when I came out, I said, now let us, contribution is the main value that I have. So let me contribute to the MSMEs, people who are actually supporting Mahindra, the people who are the vendors to Mahindra. So then I had a ready-made clientele. I mean, 31st March I retired, but 1st April I had the clients ready, and then we started work. That was in 2014. Today is 2024 now. 10 years have gone as an entrepreneur. And I have I've supported, helped, transform many of the MSMEs that were there that time. So at least I can name them as 12. I have a website, and I can tell you that from the website you have all the names of people, all the names of the companies which I had transformed, and this is still going on till now. So now this has been a journey so far, yeah, and what did I do in Mahindra as an OD intervention was, we started off along with my boss that time, communication meets were there. 4 communication meets in a year, which was never thought of, so that we have a closer bonding with the employees, as well as people have no doubts about where the company is going, where the ship is headed, and so on. So taking part in their visioning process, we called it as a promise 2013, 2016, every 3 years. I was a very active member there as well. And visioning is something that actually stayed with me. Even today, in the 3 verticals that I have, one vertical is only for vision, mission, and core values. And then one is for training facilitation. Now, the third one is for coaching. Now, you will say how this coaching has come in. Well, COVID time. COVID time was a boon, because I could do work which I had planned for many, many years. So 2 things I did. One is wrote 2 books that time. You got the time and energy and the place and everything else for the 2 books. The first book came out in 2022. Second book came out this year in 2024. The first book is on 3 steps to becoming a high performer. Get noticed and get promoted. It's doing well on Amazon. The other book which came out this year is all about teams, support, how to get support from people around us. So it's 9 + 7 ways of getting voluntary active support from people around us, including bosses, peers, and subordinates. So, and now I'll tell you, right now, the third book is on the anvil. This book is on organizations. So one is the individual, then we go to the teams, and now the organization. So the name of the title is fixed. The title is Organizations in Transformation, the Culture Connection. Organizations in Transformation, the Culture Connection. I am worried whether it should be connection or correction. So that's still there at the moment. But this book will come out in 2027 only, because there's a lot of work to be done, and it's already started at the moment. So this is, in short, from the beginning till now. I hope what I said.
Dr. Iyer, it's like truly fascinating journey. And it's truly incredible to hear how your experiences have shaped your approach to leadership and organizational transformation. And all thanks to you, we are driving some great automobiles from Mahindra and Mahindra.
Thank you, really, thank you. Again, it has been, God has his ways. I'm telling you, he has been extra kind to me. That I can tell you. Yeah.
Great. I'm loving this conversation. All right. So let's move ahead. And the next question I would like to ask you is, in your earlier career, you helped turn around a division at Crompton Greaves by reducing losses from rupees 2 crores to a profit of rupees 11 lakhs. So what strategies did you use to achieve such a remarkable transformation?
Yeah. It's a good question. Yeah. It's a good question. It takes me back to 1985, 86, 87. Crompton's was making a loss that time. And I was there with them for quite some years. I was 27 years with Crompton Greaves. So this is the period. And 87, Mr. K.K. Noria joined. K.K. Noria is the MD, and he came from Sriram Refrigerations. I just want to tell you one thing, that this person is very much there still today. He was the one who came and inaugurated my second book, launched my second book on voluntary active support. This voluntary active support, the name was given by him only way back, more than 40 years back. But when he saw the book, he says, for this, I would like to come, because he saw that his own thinking and all that is already on paper. First time, so somebody has taken that word and taken so much. I'm so happy. This person is 91 today. Sunny, he's 191. And he is on board of several companies today, even now. It's amazing to see him and talk to him. He stays, I forgot somewhere near Pedal Road and all that. And I'd gone there to his house. Now, this person, when he came, the first thing he did was he started meeting people, all the branches, all the manufacturing units. He used to come once in a month and, have meetings with us. I don't know what made him choose, but he said, I want 5 people from the system, and he chose 5 people, and he said 5 task forces will be there. One is concern for cost, concern for customer, concern for product quality, concern for innovation, and concern for people. He said these are the 5 concerns which should be there, and this should make a difference to us and all that. And he made me head of concern for cost, a very junior person in a division. But he said, and that gave me the lift, it gave me the lift that to the circle where I could move around in all the company-wide, talk to all the general managers and all that, and then make this campaign a success. Now, I'll tell you one more thing, Sunny, that implementation has been my forte. Strategy, of course, if strategy is 3.5 upon 5, I got, but in implementation, I got 4.5 upon 5 in my own assessment from general manager to senior general manager. So I can tell you that this implementation thing, and it's again, I would say God-given, you can say, the question is, I like working with people and then getting it done somehow. Now, in the concern for cost, I had to meet the finance people, find out how the finances are there, because income minus expenses is equal to profit. So reduce the expenses, increase the income. So then the marketing people on the contribution of the products, which product is giving more contribution, let us increase that product mix that way. All that, make some products completely obsolete so that they don't drag on the system. All that was done with the finance people, a lot of work done. Then finally it had to come down to the brass tacks and expenses. The expenses, there are many. I will just take 2 expenses which really made the difference there. One is that value engineering. Value engineering is something where we look at the cost and the function of a product. So we take anything and say, look at the cost and see what it does, and then weigh it out. And if this same function can be achieved by a lesser cost, let us do it. That's value engineering. Or with more cost, you increase the value further. That also is value engineering. So we had got the thermocol packaging at one point of time. It cost more, but it gave us more sales and all this. That also is value engineering. But in this case, the blade was taken. And I'm not talking about the details, because this is all about teamwork. So there was one person from design who was a leader, one person from engineering, one person from production, one person from materials, and me. I was a facilitator for the group. And within a very short time, we could see that the blade width could be reduced without changing the air quality and the air flow. This itself saved about 1 crore rupees in that year. This one thing. So now this again, I learned about teamwork, collaboration, and facilitating groups. And I'll tell you one thing. One of the members in that team was the next MD of the company. He grew very fast, and he became the next MD. So even today, I take pride that in my task force, there's one person like that who rose to such great heights. Now, the second one is about the energy expenditure. I was talking to the union, there were 60 people there, all managing committee of different plants, but fortunately we had one union which was there. So it was the managing committee, five people from each plant. And addressing them, and I said that, we should take care of this thing. It's like our house, it's an extension, factory is an extension. So put off the lights and fans when they're not required, all that. One person stood up and said, I'll use some Hindi, He said, "Ye to bakwas hai." I said, why? He says that look at your managers. When they go out for meetings and all that, their AC keeps running in the cabin. Their light is on, the fan is on. They are not bothered about it. First go and tell them to, cut down the power. Then only come to us. So I stopped the meeting then and there. There were 10 minutes more, but I said, you please go now. I'll sign your cards. You can go ahead. and I'm stopping the meeting here. आप गुस्सा हो गए? नहीं, गुस्सा नहीं हुआ. Let me do some work on this. Then I went and actually checked up with, asked my one person in the cabin. Those days I had a cubicle. I didn't have a cabin. So I asked him, "Bhai, do you put off the AC when you go out for meetings?" He said, "How is that possible? When you go out for meetings, you have to carry the workload of the files and all that and run. So in that thing, we don't have the time to go there and put it off and all that. I'm sorry, we can't do it." I said, "Then supposing I give you a one switch which has the whole cabin in that. And when you put off the switch while going out, I demonstrated that when you go out, you can just put this off like this and then go. Is that okay? You try. Let me see and all that." So I put it on a Thursday was a weekly off. I came there and put it off, put it on. And next day the person came and he saw that it was useful. So he said, "Tum sabko karne wale ho kya only mero kare ho sab?" I said, No, we'll do for everybody. And within a month's time, everybody was done. Then I called the unit leader. I told him, "Look, this is what I have done. So now let us go ahead and then go further." He said, "Sir, aye. And then it was like, he became my ambassador later on. Those 2, 3 people who were there, they on my behalf went around all the various companies and then spoke about this thing. So it was like it looked like a bottleneck, but it was actually a blessing. And learned the art of, working with people, collaboration, all that is very, very thing. And then of course the ego has to be kept out on the, I say always hang it out on the string there and then come into the office. Then when you go back home, please wear it back and go. Till that time, when working with people and collaboratively, ego has the last thing that comes in the picture. So, and therefore that, that 11 lakhs profit came like that. Every single item, go to the leaks on the shop floor, on the hydraulic oil and all that. Just talk to the worker and say, हम क्या करें? Maintenance वाला नहीं करता है. Call the maintenance person, call this person, then see what is that done over there. And they all said yes. So gradually that, it picked up momentum. And then within 1 year, when we saw the expenses, it actually came down. Income also has slightly gone up, but we had 11 lakhs profit that year. And there was a jubilation. It was from 4 years of losses and 1 year of profit kind of thing. So it was not that I only did that. The 5 task forces were there. One worked on innovation, product, customer, people, all that was there. But Mr. Noria chose me to address the UK board that time. He said that you explain to them as to how we have done it and all that. They would like to see it. So that the time given, the board meeting was only 30 minutes, but it went to 60 minutes that day because of question answers. They were asking me n number of questions, how this is done, and they went to 1 hour almost. So one of the most defining moments in my life. I mean, presenting to the UK board along with Mr. Noria also there. That was a great feeling. So this is a short story about the second question that you raised.
That's really impressive, Dr. Iyer, because it's not easy to achieve such a transformation, especially when facing tough circumstances and situations. Great. All right, so I would like to move on to the next question, and here it is. You have delivered training programs like building and sustaining a culture of outperformance and managing and developing people. So how have these initiatives transformed organizations you have worked with, and what feedback has stood out the most?
Yeah. I will draw your attention to my website, and there you will see a lot of programs are there. These two, what you have talked about, are the 2 programs that are currently being running. That is culture of outperformance. How do we do that? As well as managing and developing people. These 2 are the most preferred programs today. But then the other 2 flagship programs are there. That is, one is train the trainer, and the other thing is advanced interviewing skills. Because of my work in talent management and getting the right persons, I can say proudly that my hit rate, in getting the right person on the board is almost 95%. 2 sigma limits. I make 1 mistake out of 20, and I made that. I can tell you the mistake also which I made. But otherwise, it's advanced interviewing skills where I try to impart what are the key things, that how do we get the culture fit in people. See, the IQ we can get the EQ, but the culture fit, that is how this person will come and fit in the organization, that's very important. And that's to do with some of the questions that I have, plus also gut feel. That also makes a difference. So I have been very accurate there. And even today, I sit with companies to say select a head HR or a head marketing or a head manufacturing. and then I give my opinion there. That also is today this one. So that's one of my programs, advanced interviewing skills. And about this program that you're saying, they all contain two major elements. One is how do we enhance personal effectiveness? So that's what personal effectiveness can be enhanced if we take care of the knowledge, skills, attitude, and all that. That's a long process. I will not go into that. The second one is enhancing managerial effectiveness. Once we come into the people domain, how do we increase our managerial effectiveness? That is the second part. Now, these two things are there. So the first one takes almost a day. The second one is almost a day. We're full of activities, games, and management simulations. So and I also cover some of the other new age competencies, I call it. One is resilience. Other is agility. The third thing is proactivity in a big way. Proactivity. Then a sense of urgency has come in now. That's also is a core value. Sense of urgency. Now, these also I cover in that. So it becomes it's a nice packet which gives us the desired inputs for starting. And so it's always building and sustaining a culture. You see, it's not always building a culture. Building culture can be possible. But how do we sustain it? Those are also then, dealt upon as we go ahead. Yeah. So I would like to give you the feedback that has come from one of the companies that I had done this in Nasik. If you permit me, I had to read this because it is verbatim. I'll give you. It's already on LinkedIn, by the way.
Please go ahead, please.
Yeah. He says that the senior leadership team had a good 2 days of experiential learning. They picked up insights on strategic thinking, business communication, result orientation, and collaborative working. We are very happy to have invited Dr. Krishnamurthy for this workshop. He has a very open and interactive way of facilitating the sessions. Each one of the 30 plus participants felt energized and empowered. This is the feedback that is given, and I posted it on LinkedIn, actually. Yeah. And the other one, which is managing and developing people, one lady is writing, the program has been one hell of an emotional experience. Very few people touch our lives. In the 2 days I have known you, I'm glad that you are one of them. The name of the girl is Pratna Shetty, somebody there. So it's like these programs are, training programs I have started a long time back. And then my touch with academy also is there. Behavioral training. So after my retirement in 2010, 4 years, I was called as a behavioral trainer. And I did some training programs for various other vectors. That's the whole story now. I have other certifications to my credit, like MBTI I have done. I'm practitioner for Thomas Kilman, all that. So a lot of certifications are there in that. So all that helps you. That it's like a comprehensive thing, delivered on the table. So people don't have to go and visit the literature, this, that. It's all there, very simply put forward to them, and they are able to grasp it. That's again God's kindness, I would say. Yeah.
Amazing, Dr. Iyer. The ability to transform a company's culture and empower its people is a testament to the lasting value of strategic leadership. Great. Amazing. I'm sure our viewers who will be watching this podcast will have so much to take home and so much to learn from you, from your journey. All right. So moving ahead with the next question. You have had a remarkable journey from being a visiting faculty member at some of Mumbai's premier institutions since 1980 to now being a published author with 2 books on HR under your belt and a senior steering committee member at TMF Thane, where you even led a workshop to define the mission, vision, and core values of the organization. So this blend of academic, practical, and leadership experience is truly inspiring. We all know that. So looking back at all of this, what drives you to keep pushing boundaries and giving back to the community? And how do you see your work evolving in the years ahead?
Very long question. And there's got several parts there. Several parts to it,
yes.
I just, give us stories, wherever possible, small stories, so that it'll highlight the whole thing. Visiting faculty, I started in 1980, and I was doing my DMS, the Diploma in Management Studies program, second year, and productivity techniques was there. Now, since I had done this advanced work study I mentioned earlier with NITI, this subject I could easily kind of do it. all the assignments are scoring maximum marks and all that. So the professor there, Professor Datta, when the classes were on, he says, Iyer, you take the next session, next Wednesday, this thing, you take the next session. I said, sir, for whom? "No, for the same class." So imagine, for the same classmates, take a lecture for something that was I said, sir, will you be there at the back? Yeah, yeah, I'll come. He said. He never came that time. And then I started teaching my own classmates on the subject. And that's how I started my visiting facultyship. He said, you become a faculty member here. And then for Thana College, I did productivity techniques and production management. That continued, Mulund College, then other colleges. But that was my subject. Till I moved to HR in 1995. When I moved to HR, then I started HR subjects like organized behavior, HRM. Then we have group dynamics. Now today, what I teach is global HRM. Because of my visits abroad, I have presented a lot of papers in international conferences and all that. I could visit so many countries. So that global HRM I take. Then I take OSTD, organized structure, theory and design. And I take strategic human resource management. So these are the three subjects that I'm currently taking. Now, this has done me a lot of good, I'll tell you, Sunny. One is that I keep in touch with the youngsters, and from there I get a lot of enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is one of my core values, actually. Whatever we do, do it with full enthusiasm. Fitness is another value that I have. And of course, contribution to top it all. So that is one. The second thing is that I stay contemporary. No, I mean, even the volume of knowledge that is there is also changing, expanding year on year. So now, how to keep pace with that? So once we are in academy, then at least we are in touch with the books and all that. Today I have a collection of 2,000 books with me. I have to find out what to do with them now as time goes on. So I have donated something like 75 books last week to one library. I said, please keep it here. There's an Indian library in Thane. I went there and they were very happy. They gave me a note also. So that way, academy has kept me going, I would say, right from beginning. So it is so many years of teaching. So if I have spent 45 years in corporate, it is 40 years in training, in teaching. That's the story. So about TMF, you asked me about TMF also. Yeah, TMF is a body formed 6 years back with some like-minded people. 6 of us got together and we floated this. It's a NGO type thing. It's non-profit oriented. And the idea is that we will bring knowledge to Thane. So we get speakers from various parts of Mumbai and all that. They come there and they talk. Before COVID, everything used to be kind of offline and in person. After COVID, it became kind of online. Today we have a hybrid, online as well as this one. And we spread knowledge. In fact, if I just want to read out the mission of this TMF is important actually, to enable the management community with value-based knowledge in order to enrich and foster their sustainable growth. The word sustainability has come in here. The buzzword, sustainable growth. So this is the mission of that TMF. And regarding the books, as I told you earlier, I got the time during COVID to write that first book. Second book I continued. So one is on individual, one is on teams. The third one is now in progress. 2027, it will see the light of the day. April 14th, that's the date fixed for that launch.
So precise. April 14th, 2027. Great. We'll be looking forward to it. All right. Okay. So it's clear that your passion for both HR and mentorship runs very deep, Dr. Iyer, and that's truly, truly inspiring.
Yeah.
Great. So looking ahead, what are some of the goals or aspirations you are most excited about for the future, apart from the book that you are writing? Whether it's new areas you want to explore, skills you want to develop, or ways you would like to make an impact. What's on the horizon for you?
Sure. There are several things on the horizon. Several things are there. One is that, I also picked up coaching during COVID, group coaching I did with this Arfin Khan Systems. Before that, I had done coaching one-to-one with Growmore Coaching. I got both the certificates. They are both accredited to ICF actually. I find that this group coaching is much better than individual one-to-one coaching because it has got a lot of interactions to go on. One-to-one, you will talk and I will talk. That's all. There's nothing else there. But if 3, 4 people are there, then there'll be interplay. All that happens. A lot of examples get shared. So group coaching is something that I'm doing now, and I have been successful with 2 companies today. They are giving me those their middle management people. In fact, I call myself as a midlife success coach because it's during 35 to 45 that people are normally confused about their career. What I should be doing. Am I in the right track? Then the other thing is this coaching, which I started, coaching. So um, what I want to do is in the next 5 years, at least I would like to have 150 people, coached in this way by me. So that's about 750 people in 5 years' time. That is my target I have kept. So I would like to take that vertical forward. The second vertical is, of course, training and development, which continues today. But in that, I would like to do more work in EI and in behavioral dynamics. These 2 areas I would like to explore further. Then when it comes to vision, mission, core values, I have just joined your ESG course through World Development Corporation. And I feel that it is a logical extension of my work because I'm already into this, strategy and culture so much. So now ESG is just a logical extension. Sustainability is already something we're talking about, but then going forward, that is going to be the key word. So that is also now on the cards at the moment. Just a month old now, your membership with the World Development.
So since we are talking about and discussing sustainability and which had a special mention into your mission statement of PM Thane also. So let me ask you the next question. About ESG, that is environmental, social, and governance, which has become a key focus for businesses worldwide. So, from your perspective, even as someone newer to this field, why do you think organizations today should start paying more attention to these factors? Also, how do you see ESG impacting the way businesses operate in the future?
Yeah. See, I am just a month old in this, and of course, I have gone through some of your notes. To be very frank, one book I opened up, and then I have seen about 10, 15 pages. But I realized that this is the future, because those companies which pay attention to the environment in terms of energy efficiency or waste management or even managing the environment, those companies will be earning the trust of their consumers and other stakeholders very quickly. But that is the call of the day today, and no wonder it's picking up a lot of steam. Yeah, I see it as a logical extension to my work today. So I would like to become also an ESG consultant kind of thing. So not only vision, mission, and strategy, but also, I could work on the ESG aspect being done. And there are several cases where I use a very different kind of methodology for visioning. It's called alpha state visioning. I learned this from 2 Americans who had come to Crompton Greaves a long time back. And I can tell you that this has, I can put you into alpha state, which is not the normal waking state. It's half asleep state. And then I'll take you through commands to the future. You'll see the future, come back and discuss with your counterparts here. And then out comes the vision for the next 5 years. It can be 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, whatever. But it's very, very powerful. And I've helped many of my dealers in Mahindra and Mahindra, some of the dealers also in Surat, Ahmedabad, and all that to come up, and then they have reported that, yes, we have, as we had seen the thing, imagination, we have got it into practice. And now we have got a 7-story building with 1 floor is only spares, all that they had envisioned that time. So it has helped people a lot. So whether it's a NGO, whether it is a company, I can facilitate people to see the future, actually imagine the future, see it, discuss it, come out of that, discuss, and then formulate the vision for the next year. And because everybody is involved in that, the vision is shared, and then shared vision means less supervision tomorrow. Because people are all aligned to that, and then we can have a wonderful way forward. So that way it will help. So this is the third vertical. So 3 verticals today: the coaching, the training, and this vision, mission, core values. Yeah. So these 4 are there. These 3 are there. Plus the book is there today. Yeah.
Since you are month old with Directors Institute, What made you decide to enroll, and how has your experience been so far? Also, we would love to hear your thoughts on what you are looking forward to learning and how you think this will support your growth.
On the social aspect, what happens is that community engagement is there, employee welfare is there, and there is DEI is there, diversity, equity, inclusion is there. And what I can do is I can dovetail this thing into the social aspects of ESG through building a collaborative climate. Collaboration has been the hallmark for me so far. So that collaborative climate I could build, and then I could dovetail these two, and that would help the companies to earn the loyalty of their customers, and as well as they can beat competition. And the last thing is the governance. Governance may, of course, ethical governance and strong leadership. They play a very important role in the sustainability of the organization itself. So that way, I think that and of course, the compliance to various regulations also is there. So it's a thrilling area for me, and I would like to work in this area. And therefore, I have joined you now on this front, and let us see how this goes forward. But I'm sold on that completely, that this is the future of organizations. But it was naturally, I mean, I have to gravitate to that. So, see, one thing is that the World Development Corporation is actually doing a very noble job, according to me. I understand that there's a big gap between qualified directors, both national and international, who are on demand today, for the filling the positions there, and there is a dearth. I mean, the supply chain is not so much filled up, so that we can get these people, qualified people, and this noble job this WDC is doing. So I really wish them all the best in the future, and I wish them exponential growth. Actually, WDC itself. So that is my take on that. Now, I have been with you for a month now, and my takeaways are like this. There are three takeaways that I have got from there. One is that the people that are there, with whomever I've interacted, there are a few. I don't want to name them right now, but must have forgotten. But then I'm saying that people like the one Shalini girl is there, who's my single point of contact, and there is Ghanshyam ji, and then so many people are there. They're all very customer centric, and they are very helpful also. By nature, they're helpful in the sense that what happens is, as a consequence, I feel valued. That's important. I feel valued, and I want to do work with you. So that is the second takeaway which happens. And the third thing is that if I go through the notes and all the curriculum that we have designed and the way it's going on, it's very systematic and also very structured. So with the result that I understand that there will be a lot of work behind that has gone into it. It's easy to see that there's a lot of hard work has gone to curate this. So I really appreciate the whole thing, and I'm really fortunate that at least at this point of time that I'm your member, and I'm one of your people who's being associated with you. So I'm really very happy with that. I have no words to discuss that anymore. It's just a fortune, and I'm saying God has been extra kind to me. He's been kind to me here also.
Great to hear that, Dr. Iyer. Truly great to hear that. And we are excited to be a part of your journey and can't wait to see how the insights and skills from Directors Institute help you further develop and make an impact in your field. Great. What a privilege it has been to have you on the show today, Dr. Iyer. Truly, truly, it's a privilege. Your experiences and wisdom are truly inspiring, and we are so grateful for the time you have taken to share your journey with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You have so much nice words. It's difficult to digest now.
Also, we at Directors Institute wish you continued success as you keep shaping the future of HR, organizational development, and leadership. And thank you once again for joining us.
Right. That's very nice talking to you. Nice talking to you. You're an excellent, I would say, anchor, whatever you call it. But as a person, I think you are very warm and genuine. That I can tell you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You made my day, sir. All right. So that wraps up another enlightening episode of FaceTime with Leaders. Dr. Iyer's insights are a reminder that leadership isn't just about destination, but the transformative journey. We can't wait to bring you more powerful stories and perspectives from leaders who are shaping the world. Until next time, keep challenging yourself, keep growing, and most importantly, keep making a positive impact in your field. Take care, and we will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much.